Narcissistic individuals have a belief that they are superior to you, they're better than you, and they also have a belief that they're entitled to just have whatever they want, whenever they want, with whoever they want. They lack the empathy to care for how this behaviour negatively affects those around them, and they can be incredibly envious of other people. They have that sense of grandiosity and a preoccupation with getting their needs met. And this ties very well into why they have absolutely no respect for other people's boundaries. Other people's boundaries simply do not compute within their mind. They cannot understand why somebody would dare to say no to them, would turn them down. How come you can't see just quite how amazing they are? Why aren't you putting them before others and before yourself? Therefore, they will go all out to undermine your boundaries in order to get their needs met by you. They will go all out to make you believe that there is something wrong with your boundary in order to get their needs met by you. Now, boundaries vary from person to person. So if you can just think of a home, when it comes to a home with a garden, you can have someone that's got a garden they've got a boundary line, but they've got nothing to show what that boundary line is. They just trust the people around them. You can have people who have fences, who have brick walls, who have hedges. And it's to protect that area. And we can have boundaries around ourselves to protect us. And you might start with very limited boundaries and the trust within others. And then once you've been deceived by a narcissist, you can build a brick wall around yourself and nobody is getting in. It all depends on who you are and the things that you have been through. And people can have different opinions. So some people, they have no issue with people walking through the home with shoes on. They themselves do it. However, they can respect when they go to somebody else's home who doesn't, that they don't, and they will take their shoes off out of respect for the other person. Yet when the other person comes to their home, the other person might take their shoes off because it's what they do. And they might say, oh no, it's all right, don't need to bother doing that. And they just respect that's how each other works. There's no judgment in it. A narcissistic individual, whichever way round you are, is not going to suit them, and they're going to shame you, humiliate you, and make you look like you're the problem. If you keep shoes on, they're going to accuse you of being dirty and unhygienic. If you take shoes off, they're going to accuse you of being too clean, of overreacting to situations, of taking things too far, that it's unnecessary. Whatever it is, they're going to make you look like there's a problem with your boundary rather than respecting your boundary. Sometimes it's just a game to them. Sometimes it is literally just to see how far they can push you, how much they can test you, how much they can get away with, how much they can undermine you and make you feel insecure and make you feel insignificant and make you feel like a problem. Sometimes it's just because they're having a bad day. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, there's lots of different tactics they will use to undermine your boundary. And the first one is just that, to make out that there's something wrong with your boundary. They will go all out to manipulate you, to pressure you or guilt you or make you feel responsible. They're going to look to play on your emotions. So if you don't immediately serve them, they're going to go all out to make you feel bad so that you drop everything to put their needs first, because they have no regard for your needs. If they ask, it can be a narcissistic friend, they can ask you for help in moving something. You can say, I'm sorry, I've got something on with my family, I can help you tomorrow. They get the face on, they have the face ache, they refuse to communicate with you, they fall silent on you for 3 months until they want something from you again, and then they come back like nothing ever happened. Narcissistic parents can phone you up and invite you over. No warning, no notice. They expect you to just drop everything and appear. And you can say, oh, I'm ever sorry, we're just out doing this. Oh, but I've brought food in. Do you not know how much this cost me? I'm going to be on my own. So you feel obligated into serving them when they have no respect for who you are or what you're doing. They might go all out to love bomb you, to win over your affection. They might go all out to do oh so much for you so that they can use obligation and claim, after all I've done for you. They can dry beg, so they don't bother directly asking for something. They just drop those subtle hints to indirectly ask, to make you feel guilty, to make you feel responsible, to make you feel like you should be helping them out. Because we can all help people out who are struggling. However, sometimes we all need to be able to help ourselves in situations. Now, when you've been raised by a narcissist, you're often trained to sort of not ask for help. Meanwhile, a narcissist will use weaponized incompetence and try and get you to do everything for them so they don't have to do anything. They can use flattery. They can turn up that charismatic charm and come on strong with the excessive flattery and praise in order to butter you up so that they can get their needs met by you, so that you just feel like you can't say no to somebody as nice as they are, when it's all manipulation. They can triangulate you. They can play you off against other people. They can play siblings. They can play a new partner and an ex-partner. They'll do it for me. They would have done it for me. They can go all out to compare you to others, to make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Oh, well, so-and-so doesn't mind. Oh, so-and-so minds if you do that. So you feel like there's something wrong with you. One of the first things we need to do in life is to not compare ourselves to others, only compare ourselves to who we were yesterday and improve on who we are as a person. A narcissist will go all out to get you comparing yourself to other people so that you feel like there's something wrong with you. They can dog whistle you, so they can use those veiled threats. So you're not quite sure what they quite mean, or you can understand what they mean by it, but those around you don't quite understand what they mean by it. And they can use veiled threats. They can promise to take care of something for you, and you're grateful. You're like, oh, thank you. Remember, with a narcissist, every action is a transaction. They only do something for you because they want something from you, when we should never do anything for another with the expectation of something in return. We should do it purely because we want to do it. And then if for whatever reason they let us down, we don't feel let down because we did it because we wanted to. And if we don't want to, you have every right to say no to somebody. However, a narcissist can promise to do something for you, and then they can ask something of you, knowing full well that you've already got plans or you can't do it. And then when you explain that you can't do it, they say, oh, don't expect me to do that for you then, and leave you in the lurch. They can use projection. With a narcissist, they're some of the most selfish, stubborn, awkward, difficult people you could ever meet. However, the second you say no to them, they're going to accuse you of being selfish and stubborn and awkward and not caring about them, when in fact they don't care about you. If they did, they wouldn't treat you in the ways that they do. They just pretend to care to get their needs met by you. They will use passive-aggressive behaviour. They'll say no to them and they'll fall silent on you. And then you're begging to open up that communication, and then you begin to walk on eggshells and avoid to do anything that might cause or trigger them to fall silent on you. You become eager to please them due to the way they treat you. When it comes to dealing with narcissists, you need to keep yourself safe. However, your no is a no. Know your intentions so well that other people cannot get you doubting them. It's all well and good and it's all nice getting validation from other people. However, we do need to learn to be able to validate who we are as a person. So when somebody does try to invalidate us, we know our motives, we know our intentions, and they can't take them away from us. Now, with a narcissist, sometimes in order to be able to say no to them, you need to create psychological, emotional, and physical boundaries in order to keep yourself safe. And you say no to them by cutting off all supply, by no longer giving them any attention, by being as boring as possible so that they're no longer interested in you. So that they are the ones that believe that they discarded you. And then you can move on with your life. We can often have the pride of being the one who wants to finish it, being the one who was the one that ended it. Narcissists have that pride too. It doesn't actually get you anywhere. Your happiness is what's the most important thing. With a narcissist, you draw a line in that sand and they walk straight over it. You draw another line and they walk straight over it, and they keep walking straight over it until they've drained you and exhausted you and there's nothing left of you. Sometimes you just have to stand your ground safely. The best way to deal with a narcissist who believes they're entitled to just whatever they want is to go no contact. If not, it's limited contact and grey rock. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon: 50 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, and they'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.